this actually from Diamond Platinums, I think. And it's featuring Khalil Harrison. And the song you heard before this is actually from Khalil Harrison. Yeah. I miss being there, you know. Anyways, we're here because it's time for Easy Talk. And the question we're asking today is, must your partner know exactly how much you earn monthly? I don't know what the guys in the studio think, but I've got Jane, I've got Francis, and I've got FL. And we're going to touch on this topic. Chale. The vibe too nice. And I've already received some personal messages, so it looks like this matter, it concerns
people's hearts.
Yes, especially the married ones. Because me, if you are my girl, why should I come and tell you about how much I earn?
For what?
For what? For what? If you are just a girlfriend, you don't have to know these things.
Rightly
But if
so.
you are a wife, even that one. Oh, Jane, you disagree?
If
you're wife.
the angle where you're coming from, I agree.
If
That
you're
if you are a girlfriend,
Yeah.
it's not a requirement.
Yes.
It's not a conversation we should be having.
But you know, sometimes some girls want to know so that they're sure of where they're going. They're sure.
In terms of
marriage,
long
maybe
term.
maybe it's a fiancé. If it's a fiancé, then you're planning marriage, so they have to know exactly.
I feel like without knowing how much the person is earning, you should know the person's financial capability. You don't have to know how much someone is earning specifically to know how his financial strength.
Some people live modestly, but they might be earning a lot. But you never know. I know somebody who will not buy a car, who will not buy any expensive stuff. And I know him personally. Like, this guy earns in USD because he's actually in the tech field. One of the very best guys we have around. And he earns so much. They pay him like an expatriate because of where he works. Okay. But he doesn't buy anything.
But there will be signs.
Like signs like what?
He may be having some expensive jewelry or like buying some kind of things that people who earn modest salaries.
I don't want to mention his name.
See, no, mention it.
He listens to this show, so I won't mention his name.
Don't mention it.
I am telling you that, okay, well, maybe he taxes in a lot. If that one qualifies for. But some people taking in.
No.
You haven't seen people who dress well and don't have anything.
That's also a different case.
So
that's a different. But
it's a different case.
If in your relationship you are headed towards marriage. It shouldn't be a strong conversation where, babe, tell me how much you're earning, just because we're going to get married.
But
and
if
we
you're
need
going to
know,
get married, how much do you earn? It goes into the planning of the wedding. It goes into the long-term marriage.
I'm earning
you want to know how secure
you want to know how secure.
No, but you don't need to know how much specific. Let's lay out our costs, the cost of everything.
Maybe
in the wedding.
give a range.
Let me tell you how much I can give. You don't need to know how much I'm earning for us to plan our wedding.
That one, I disagree.
Oh, Trig.
Because if we are marrying, I need to know how much you earn.
Maybe monthly. Ask me how much I have in my savings or something. That's fair.
No.
But for you to ask me how much I'm earning monthly because you want us to plan a wedding.
Okay, wait, hold on, Jane. Let's hear from Ethel. Don't ask me a question.
If it's just a relationship, I think
your fiancé.
My fiancé.
So it's serious. It's leading to marriage.
Yeah.
I think it's best I know.
Yes.
But would you want him to know yours?
If it hasn't gotten to the fiancé level, no. But if it's there,
fiancé,
you have to know.
You have to know.
Because sometimes I may be expecting certain things and then your monthly salary wouldn't allow it.
That is it.
So you may even know the demands to make.
Yes. You want to know
so that
how your. My God.
Francis, what's your take on this this one?
So, Trick, if I would say the status of the relationship matters. If it's just girlfriend, boyfriend, it's not a must. That one, if you want to tell him or her, it's up to you, based on possibly the conversation that may come up. But if it's something that has to do with marriage, you definitely need to let your partner know about how much you earn.
I agree.
That will build the transparency, the trust that you both share, and then the commitment level will also be. You will feel secure. What if your husband or wife doesn't know how much you earn and something happens in the house? You need something urgently. How do you handle it?
Yes.
It will help you to be able to plan the home and know maybe how much each of you can contribute in any stake, whatever you have.
I think a lot of people are not thinking what you're thinking, and they are looking at power.
Okay.
A lot of people immediately think power, like you want to take my power away from me.
Which power?
What if your wife is any more than you?
It means that she will not.
But don't you think you will know?
You wouldn't know, Jane.
Are you sure?
You wouldn't know
until you are told.
Until you
are told.
Find out.
Because look, like there are some people who naturally they like and love to look good.
Yeah.
Whether they are earning a CD or 10 CDs or 100,000, they want to look good.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who also, choose to live like anyhow. They really cannot be bothered.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to seeing and believing, sometimes you can be deceived. Haven't you heard people who say, "Oh, when I met him, I thought," or when I met her, I thought she was like A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And then later I found out that no, it's all just a facade. So it's there.
Yes.
I'm just a little hesitant on accepting all of these because I feel like it makes you as a couple, it makes you look so much like above your shoulders. Like if
really?
Yes, it makes you very, very. It's like you're guided because you know how, especially if both of you are in the corporate scene and there's a specific time that salaries drop. Immediately the thing drops and both of you expect the salaries at the same time. Then you're expecting your man to be doing some things for you. You see, you two. I don't know if you guys understand where I'm coming from, but it makes both of you a little too careful in the relationship.
Jane,
which I think
even if you don't know how much your partner earns, you still know when salaries are paid.
Yes.
So,
but if you are earning a certain amount, and like Ethel said, you put a certain demand or you table a certain demand or request to him, immediately the thing drops. You are expecting him to do some kind of show for you.
To do some magic.
You see, so yeah.
But Jane, don't you think that if you know how much, that's when your expectations will be managed?
Yes.
Because if I know that my man...
It's not so important.
If I know that, your man or your woman earns 3,000 or 2,000. I can't be putting pressure on him to go and buy a shoe that's like 3,000.
I wouldn't want to know because I want to know how to demand, but I want to know because I care.
Yes.
So I know what to ask them.
But get it yourself.
So she's also even looking at it from
sometimes it's very nice if the partner gets it for you. So
okay, Francis, you're saying something.
Yes, Jane is looking at it from this angle. Let's say you know how much I earn, and I also know how much she earns. And it's nearly the end of a month, and I have a demand. Let's say the moment I tell my partner, I'm looking at it that my partner should be able to provide because I already know
by all means
how much he or she earns.
It becomes a kind of strain. Yeah,
you can't give an excuse that I can't get it for you.
It shouldn't be the case.
But in the same vein,
that's one side. That's only one side of it.
I also think that if he or she knows about it, that's when you know how to demand or request for a thing. Because let's say
it's heading towards marriage. If I know how much you are earning, I'll know if you are doing 50-50 or 70.
It's as if we're calculating too much.
So you don't
especially if it's dating.
You don't want the
We're calculating too much.
But
can we just go out and eat casually? Who
whether
pays?
or not you know,
it builds up trust to
I feel like it's not so essential.
So wait, guys.
I feel like it's not so essential.
So you wouldn't want to know, Jane? That's what you're saying.
I wouldn't want to know.
Even in marriage.
So your partner must not know.
That's different. My partner in a dating kind of relationship, no.
Okay.
I don't think it should be discussed.
And it's leading to marriage.
Yeah.
It is not a prerequisite.
Okay.
It's not
For you.
essential.
Well, for
It
you.
is not essential.
That's fine.
Okay. And Francis?
For me, if it's something leading to marriage, definitely my partner should know how much I earn.
Okay.
I should know how much he also earns.
Okay. Ethel?
Same as Francis said, if it's leading to marriage, I wouldn't force it, but I would love to know. I would not force it for you to tell me how much you're earning, but I would love to know.
You would love to know.
Yeah,
Would you
there's
love to? Would you love to share yours?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. Jane,
Yeah.
are you saying that? Okay. So what if it doesn't come with any demand from your partner?
Okay.
He wants to know because he wants to know what he's getting into. Okay, I want to know how much my woman earns, so I know that in the future I can leave her at home knowing that she's okay, because I still provide what I have to provide. However, I want to know I want to know how independent she can be financially.
Yeah.
You don't need to know exactly how much I am earning to discuss or ascertain how I can take care of the kids or the family or not. You don't need to.
Okay, all right. I don't have an opinion.
You don't need to.
I don't have an opinion, but let's find out from what the guys out there think. 0559 242 717 0556 910 Yeah, man, it's getting some way somehow. Who's bringing me late lunch? Because the way it's looking, if I don't get it from outside, okay. Leave me. Okay, all right, wait, hold on. Let me look at picking this call, but I wanted to read a few messages as well. Comments coming through Facebook, a lot of comments. Hello.
Craig.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Chief.
Good afternoon. What's your name, please?
Promise.
Promise.
Yo.
Okay, Promise. What's your take on this topic?
Me, I dey support the lady where they there. Me, my side, you know. Why do you want to know my what are they in? What do you want to know?
Oh.
Even if you know, you don't know your demand or whatever. Me, I know they care about your demand. Bye.
Okay, man.
Simple.
All right, okay. Let me pick this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Lucifer.
Oh, Lucifer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're going to say, but let's hear you.
What am I going to say?
Let's hear you.
Put it out.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Even if you are my wife, you don't know.
Even if you're what?
If the person is my wife, you don't know. Why should you know?
Even if it's your wife?
I'm trying to let you know. Even if the person is my wife, talk less of being a fiancé.
He will
You
not
don't know.
tell you.
Why should you know? Why should you know?
Financial management.
Why can't you know?
I provide everything. That's all. Whatever you need, I give you. That's all. Why should you know?
Okay. Okay, oh, bye-bye. 0559242717. I think, well, it's not like they are entitled. They are not entitled. But I think it's only
It's fair.
fair.
Transparency.
That's,
For
yes. For transparency's sake.
It's not necessary.
And let me pick this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name, please?
This is Alexander.
Alexander. Okay, Alexander, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Newtown.
From Newtown. What's your take on this topic?
I think my partner have to know this. I have to know how much I earn.
Yeah.
To build some trust, you know.
Yeah, to build some trust.
Because I'm not going to date for fun. I'm dating you because I love you, because I want to have future with you. So first, your partner knows how much you earn, you know, so that you guys can build future together.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best.
That would be the best
option.
Okay, thank you, Alexander, for the call. Big shouts to all Newtown Massive. But your man's password there, you want to know. But you want to know.
How is this related
to check
to
messages.
How is this related?
No, it's related.
We're talking about money. You're talking
Let me
about
pick
password.
this call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Do for Love.
Okay, Mr. Do for Love.
Yes, sir.
Wow, let's see if you do for love. Will you share your salary monthly? Would you?
This one, there's nothing like doing for love. Oh. My mother don't know how much I take, how much more you, my girlfriend or my wife.
Let's be real.
Wow.
Let's be real here.
My mother don't know. Why do you want to know? And you know you don't know. I don't care about whatever you want to
Stay with your mother.
Well, me, my partner knows how much I earn. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. Who am I speaking to?
This is John Hayford Morrison calling from Achimtafo.
Okay, from Achimtafo.
Yes, please.
Okay, sir. What's your take on this topic?
So, I think that wisely, every man doesn't have to do that. Because there is even a British adage which goes like, a weapon of every man is the secret in the head.
In the hell. Yeah, that's true.
Yes. You see, ladies always want things like surprises. But here we are, even if you hide your money under your bed, they still want to know.
Yeah,
You understand?
That's true.
So at the end of the day, because they don't want you to keep anything from them, they have no surprises. You understand?
Yes.
A man is a man. If I'm responsible to you, I pay light bills, I pay rent, I pay water bills, I put money on the table, and
That's the
I
end.
do everything in the house. Pay school fees, I buy fuel, we
Yeah.
move up and down, we do everything.
Everything,
You don't contribute so much towards everything, because whatever it is, whether it is you who asked me to impregnate you or it is me who impregnated you, I am responsible.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
So why do you think that I have to show you, my pay slip?
Yeah.
I don't think it is a wise decision.
Okay.
So people should give it a second thought.
Okay, sure. Thank you. And you see, I love where he started from. He said something that's very, very important. A lot of guys in recent times don't do that. You know, women love what they cannot understand sometimes,
Like
or most of the
mystery.
time. They like mystery. And it's the mystery that makes it attractive. And so, like he's saying, the beauty of it is knowing that the money is there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not knowing that, okay, the man he earns 3,000, even though he's bought me a 15,000 thing. Now it makes her think, maybe why did he beg people for it? You know, what time did he do?
You can invest.
I love that. He can invest, but I love the angle where the last caller came from. All right, let me pick other call 0559242717. I have a caller here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's Achilles.
Yes, Achilles. Achilles, what's your take on this topic?
You shouldn't let the woman know.
Why?
Yeah. I know one man. The day that the wife knew about his salary, 6 months pay, dead and gone.
Oh, the man died.
The woman poisoned the man.
Oh,
It was no by cure.
Wow. And we are sure
The
that
woman got to know his salary, his property, dead and gone. Women, they are unpredictable creatures. What
We
can
will
come
not
into their mind,
tolerate this.
you, the man, you will never even think of. And as men think twice, they think once. It's straight one. I want to kill, and that's all. You understand? So don't let any woman see you are the baby. Unya sema and can't roba.
sir.
And can't roba.
Obey them in Teda. Mati, Marco,
Unya sema and can't roba. Ubekum.
Waiting woman do man.
James,
I feel very attacked.
James said, hey, All right, I'm going to pick my last call. This will be my final call. But it looks like everyone is saying don't share. Well, I don't have an opinion. Me, I share. Yeah, but hello.
Hello.
Yes, please, your name and where you calling from?
This is Abraham from Spintex.
Okay, Abraham from Spintex. Thanks for calling. What's your take on this issue?
Offer. Me, I will tell you.
Tell me.
It's an error to tell your woman how much you are earning. I made a mistake once. I told my wife, oh, when I sell this thing here, I'll get a profit like, this amount. When the money land, she called me, babe, you know, who said me shop, no, who can I say, it's the budget she brought.
Took advantage.
Yeah.
The budget she brought. So imagine she know how much I'm earning a month. She will be able, she will give me a budget.
Wow.
After the budget we have in the house, her personal ones will come in and be like, oh, you know, yeah, I was saying, yeah, we, Isaac and Papa Crado was
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Oh, man, that was my last caller, and that's a funny one. You know, before I read the messages, one of my godfathers gave me an old trick, and it works. He says, when the lady, especially when you're married, or when maybe you are existing, parenting, co-living, cohabitation. He said that, well, sometimes when she asks you for something, especially when it has to do with a home, and you know maybe you have, but it's your last, or you don't have. Well, this one is more of you having, but you have other plans for the money.
Okay.
Good ones as well. He says sometimes ignore it. And she always find a way to sort it out. And when I was married, it works actually. There are things where you know that personally the timing is bad. Okay. It's not like you don't have, but maybe let's change the AC. I'm using that as an example. Let's change the AC. You may not have, but the AC is also not blowing well. But you can manage. You know when you're the one paying all the time, you try to manage everything.
Yes.
When you leave it and she's extremely hot, and eventually one day you come, the AC will be fixed. Or one day you come, she will tell you she can manage it.
But why don't you go ahead and also ask her if she can afford to fix it if she's complaining about it?
If she could, also she wouldn't have asked you.
But you know that eventually she will fix it.
There are times the person can know. But it's looking at
that
you
is
like,
it.
You are the man. So
especially with little things like food, and I'm not talking about the major things. Little things like food, drink, and all those small. Because sometimes women love that. Me, I don't fall. I even laugh at it when they. But they'll ask you for something tiny as an onion. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to. Mam Scanfagoto Jenny, but she can buy it.
Yes.
She just, some of them is their love language. I don't know.
Asking for everything.
Look at what Ethel is saying.
What is traditional wives?
Traditional wife.
Oh. I feel like I'm not that, but I feel like I have those tendencies. No, it's not as if it's just you're just doing it.
Look, I know people who can afford a basket. They'll come and ask.
Yes.
It's not. They don't ask it in a bad way, an entitled way. To them, is a way of having fun, like playing around with you.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they say, and mommy scared. But they have money
like
with
that.
them. Yeah, something like that. Look, a godfather of mine puts money in a trash because he brought a lot of money home, but he knows that he says anytime he puts money in his pocket, by morning the money is gone.
Be there.
It will be there.
But that's a wrong move.
It was a wrong move. So lucky, and at the time I used to live with him. So lucky, I saw it and I tied it and went to put it in his car.
Hey.
That morning he was looking for it, but you know he cannot say that it's money. So he kept saying, "Now one you bola no." Hey, yeah, she shot bola. Almost 2 hours we're looking for bola. Yeah. Anyways, let me go straight to the comments. Derry Donato says, "Myself, cry. I don't know how much." More share it with somebody or yeah, he himself, he says he himself, he doesn't know.
All of them are, it's because they are partners, they are earning more than their partners. But if the ladies were earning more, they would want
well, this question is to all. So the ladies should have called. Stephen McBaron says, "Over and over my dead body, I'm speaking from experience." Honorable JM Adam says, "I will not even tell my mom, not to talk of daughters of Delilah." Felix says, "Wife or husband, yes. Boyfriend or girlfriend, no." Lambon says, "A generation where private parts are public and income is private." It says, and he goes on to say, "A sick generation. Me personally, I have no problem letting my partner know." Bahima says, "For me, no, just to be on the safe side. But both should be able to support each other financially." Belinda says, "Na input me through school, Abi." Julius Achu says, "Yes, please, it helps because if you should run out of money, a loving partner can help." Kofi Mackenzie says, "Big no." Prosper says, "Yes, please." This is Prosper K. Lovey. Ataya Boa says, "Depends on that kind partner." Okay.
Kind partner. I think that's what.
Yeah, I think it depends on a kind partner. Yeah. Raphael says, "Nah." Kwabna Poku says, "Never." Mary Atreba says, "For what exactly?" Wisdom Gomashi says, "Yes, of course." Potiphar Benedict says, "Not necessarily." And Bawa Yakubu says, "Yes." Heldela says, "Why not?" You can keep the messages coming through on Facebook. 3FM 92.7. Must your partner know exactly how much you earn? Well, some of us, we can tell you, we can give you an idea.
Trig, you said it's either you tell me how much, giving me an idea for what? Give me a round figure.
I will tell you.
Okay.
Because I believe I've grown to become a very straightforward person.
Okay.
I want a television. We can't have a television at this time. You might be upset, you might be angry, but it will go. Yeah. It will blow off. But then, when the time comes and we can buy it, we will buy it. Yeah. Unless you want to use your money for it. If I can afford, I'll tell you, "Oh yes, let's get it. I'll pay for it. How much is it?" So I'm straightforward. But I've noticed that not all men have that. Yeah. Because sometimes they feel it makes them weak, or they feel it means the woman would think you do yawa.
Primitive man.
Sometimes when you even say we should hang out, I'll tell you today, dear, I don't have.
No
so today, I don't think I wanna. I may not necessarily say I don't have, but I'll let you know I'm not.
That timing.
Yeah, the timing is not. Right. Yeah, I'm not. Right. I'm not free.
Cash flow. And also, Trig, I feel like if we are married and then I know, in case you run into debt, I know that this is what you got and this is what we use the money for. And all that, so I can assist. But maybe you are cheating on me and you are spending
No, she has a point. She has a point. She has a point.
It builds up trust.
Yes, it builds trust. She has a point.
It does.
She has a point.
In all of this,
on another lady, then I'm coming to.
All right, guys, your final. This will be your final.
In all of this, I feel like.
So Jane, these are your final words. Okay.
I feel like the end goal is a question of how do we take care of the home? How do we manage the home? So why don't we rather have conversations about, and I feel like this should be headed by the man. Why don't we have conversations about, oh babe, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to take care of this. You take care of this. If I can't, I'll tell you. If I can support what you, the man, wants to take care of, I will tell you. I feel like that should be the conversation. You don't need to tell me I'm earning this, I'm earning this.
But how would you have that conversation without knowing
how much you earn?
No.
You don't know your financial.
No, you don't need to know. If I can tell you, oh, I can't take care of this because this. I don't need to tell you I'm earning this or I'm earning 3,000. So this thing that I'm taking care of is too much for me. I don't.
Wrong. What's wrong in saying I cannot be the one taking care of the home stuff
because I'm earning.
Because I'm earning.
You can't say that. No, but you guys are demanding specific figures. I can tell you that I cannot take care of this and this because my salary is not up to my salary will not permit me to.
And then when I say how much do you earn?
I will not tell you. Yes, I will not. I'm just telling you, I will not be able to take care of it.
Okay, so Jane will not tell you. Francis.
Okay, Trey, like I said from the beginning, the status of the relationship matters. If it's dating, it's not a must.
Yes.
I mean, you don't know whether you're going to settle down together in a marriage or not. If you know you both are going, you have gotten to the point that you are settling or you have settled together as couples, I think you should let your partner know about it. Now, let's say we have some marriages that, and it happens in most marriages, couples have a joint financial account. Let's say you are putting up an investment of that sort to take care of some eventualities or anything like that. Knowing how much I earn and how much you earn will help me know the contribution you can make in that fund and in that investment. So it goes to building also the trust and transparency you have. If you are my wife and I can share anything with you, why not my salary, the amount I earn? I don't think it's a big deal in that. So you can tell the person, unless your wife or husband doesn't want to know. But if the question comes up, it shouldn't be a big deal to say.
Okay. It shouldn't be a big deal to say from Francis. Ethel.
FL, please.
FL.
Yes, so if we are married or we are about getting married, I think it's best I know because it's going to help with investment plans and then parenting plans as well. And also the transparency
on both sides.
Yeah, like you are earning 1,000, but you want your child to go to GIS.
Yes.
DPS.
GPS. Yes. Yeah. All right. You can continue the conversations back home or in the offices or wherever you find yourself. But make sure the dial is right here on 92.7. Before we even go, and DJ Fagoti, you're going to have to bring the song back because I love it. I want to say a happy birthday to Dr. Jennifer Colley of University of Ghana Medical Center. This is from your entire family and friends. Cheers to an amazing year and intentional happiness. Enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in from 3 p.m. The show still continues. And I've got some few exciting facts to share with you a little bit later. Enjoy.